too.
Your mouth deserves Rembrandt, a gentle mouth rinse that effectively fights bacteria. 100% alcohol-free. Rembrandt Mouth Refreshing Rinse.
I was a size 16. I was fat. And that's when I decided to go to Jenny Craig. Now I feel great. I get into this dress and I start to cry. Oh my gosh, I just put on a size 8.
Of all leading brands, only Blistex ointment contains moisture in an advanced moisture system, plus medication that penetrates to relieve dry, cracked lips. Medicated Blistex.
Jerry Springer's wardrobe provided by Giorgio Armani, Chicago, Illinois.
Hi from Detroit.
We love you, Jerry.
We love Jerry so much.
The show keeps you in suspense. You never know what to expect.
Coming up in just a moment, they were inseparable. They were meant to be one person. But what happens when one twin passes on? Next.
Hi, I'm Jim Palmer. Although long-term interest rates have gone up, short-term rates are still very low. That means adjustable rate mortgages are becoming more popular. At the money store, more and more homeowners are refinancing their homes with a low adjustable rate mortgage. They're refinancing their mortgage and paying off high interest rate credit cards all in one loan. So for a low rate adjustable mortgage, even if your credit is less than perfect, call the money store at 1-800-LOAN-YES.
Some new pasta sauces recently appeared in America. They were inspired by 5 brothers who believed tomatoes should go into their sauce the moment they became perfectly ripe. Introducing 5 Brothers Select Ingredient Pasta Sauces, made with the finest ingredients, packed fresh for a fresh-made taste. After all, you couldn't question the brothers' results. Besides, they wouldn't stop to answer. 5 brothers, 1 passion.
News 40. We go live so you know now.
We're here at a new command post in search for 67-year-old Irene Willis, and it's here underneath the Sunderland Bridge.
Live local news.
They want to remember the victims of today's shooting in Brookline, and they say they also want to show people that the violence there and the protesting there is not an isolated incident.
Complete coverage. News 40 Live, because you want the news now. News 40, your home for live local news. Dan York, Uncorked, on the News 40 Nightcast at 11.
Beautiful, blonde, identical twins. Even at 3, they were inseparable. But just a few months ago, their extraordinary bond was shattered. A car crash blocks from their home left one in critical condition. Little Kimberly almost didn't survive. Her twin wasn't as lucky. Katie was killed instantly. Their bodies were so battered that even their parents couldn't tell which one had lived and which one had died. Rebecca and Carl Obert join us today. Our sympathies are, of course, with the two of you. Carl, tell us about the day that ripped your life apart.
We had some chores to do, some errands, and just really a regular day, just the same routine, and we had a son to be picked up from preschool, and we're going our same route down the same.
Who was in the car?
Myself, Rebecca, Casey, who was out of school that day, recovering from chicken pox.
Who is how old?
Casey's 6, and the twins were in the back. Kimberly was in the very back of the van. Kimberly was behind me in the far rear, and Katie was on the other side, back there with her sister. We're going down Snyder, and there's a large intersection at the end of Snyder and Dell, and going through the intersection, we had a green light, and I looked out to the right side of my eye and saw that the car was going quite fast and wasn't going to stop. And blew the red light and hit us.
You saw it coming?
He yelled at me first. And
what did he say?
He said, hang on, I don't think she's gonna stop. And so I just looked to my right really fast, and the car was flying, and as soon as I looked and saw, she hit us broadside.
What were the twins doing when you last looked at them in the back seat?
Right before we went through the intersection, I turned around because they always hold their blankets and suck their fingers. And so I turned around and I looked down to make sure they were okay, because that's the first time they've ever been in the very back seat in their booster seats. And so I turned around and I looked at them, and Kimberly looked at me, and Katie, she smiled at me. And I turned around, and within seconds, the car had hit us, which put us into a spin. And we spun about 6 or 7 times, and then we were thrown into another vehicle
that we T-bowed into. At the time, we, after we had hit the second car, looked back, and the rear seat, bench seat, had been ejected, and Rebecca was getting Casey out at the time, and
well, we came to a stop first.
Right.
And I immediately turned around because my son was right behind the seat behind me, and I grabbed him, and my first instinct was to throw him out of the vehicle and get him out as fast as I could. So I did, and then I turned around to say, my babies, you know, make sure they're okay. I thought I'd just turn around and they'd be in their seats and crying but not hurt. So I turned around and I looked, and everything was gone. There was just nothing there. And my heart went down to my knees, and I knew that I had to get out of that van, and I didn't know what I was going to see when I got out. So I went out my door, and the first thing I saw was Kimberly all the way across the road on her side by the curb. And so I immediately just ran to her, and I looked across the street, and Carl was with our other baby who was on the grass on her back.
At that time, we thought it was, or I thought, because I was there, and she was so badly beat up. She had no pulse. And I yelled Kimberly to Rebecca, who was about 100 feet. The babies were 100 feet apart from each other, that she had no pulse. Kimberly had no pulse. And shortly after that, within probably seconds, the off-duty paramedic came to assist me with CPR. And this good bystander did everything he possibly could.
He was just a bystander. Do you know who he was?
Well,
yes, his name is Scott Pettiff, and he lives down the road from where the accident occurred, and he had heard it.
The accident occurred in their neighborhood, and there were many witnesses. Let's listen to one of the 911 calls. I think you had about 14 calls to 911.
Hello, can I help you? Well, there's an accident, bad accident on Dale and Snyder in the Webster. Dale and Snyder? Yes, there's a little girl that's been thrown out of the car. Probably she's 60 feet from the impact. Okay, do they need an ambulance there? I definitely think they need an ambulance. I'm going to connect you into the ambulance. Just stay on the line, okay?
At least you had good neighbors who made those calls, and thanks to them, too, and the paramedic. Rebecca, what happened at the hospital?
Well, at the scene, they took the 2 girls off in separate ambulances. And so Carl's father came and picked us up and took us to the hospital, which seemed to take forever. It was an eternity driving there. And I had some hope that maybe Katie was still alive, because the man who did CPR on her just gave me that little bit of hope that maybe that she'd be okay. But when we got there, I ran in, and they took me off and Carl to the side and said, let's take you to another room. And as soon as they said that, I knew that, you know, either both of them or one of them was dead. And they took us off, and they told us that the time, which we thought was Kimberly, that she had died. And of course I was hysterical. So that I said I wanted to see my baby And so they said, just give us a few minutes and we'll take you back there. So we waited, and they said they were still working on the other one. And we went back in there, and she was laying there on a table. And they told me if I wanted to rock her, I could. So I got a rocking chair and I rocked her.
Did they wrap her in a blanket?
Yeah, they had her up in a blanket.
And they gave you a rocking chair. How long could you hold her?
I held her for about 3 hours.
Was that a good thing to do?
Yeah.
Was it?
I think for the both of us, you know, the reality was finally sinking in, and just kind of going over the accident and what happened, and you know, and then with the baby, the other twin was right next door. The only thing between it was a sheet, and working on her and our concerns at that time for Kimberly.
It was a matter of being able to say goodbye.
Yes.
Too, right?
Right.
And eventually, you had to hand over the baby, did you not? How hard was that?
I didn't know that they'd have to do an autopsy on her. And by California law, they have to do that when there's a fatality in an accident. So the deputy coroner came in, and she told me that they would have to take her and what was going to happen. And I think at that point, that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my whole life was to hand her
Give your
over,
baby away.
even though she was gone. There was no life in her body. I was giving away something, you know, my child that I had taken care of for almost 4 years. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Were you there with her?
Mm-hmm.
We brought our 3 other children in so they could see her and touch her and kiss her goodbye.
And did they?
Yes.
They did.
Who prepared her for the funeral?
I did, and my mother-in-law and my mother and my sister-in-law. We all went in, and some people that we know made her a little white dress. And I felt it was important that I be there to help dress her and get her ready.
There was a funeral, and she was buried, right? And then something very unusual happened. What was that?
That we had buried Katie and thinking that
It was Kimberly.
it was Kimberly.
How had that happened?
During the whole accident, after the accident, everything was just, we were so in shock from everything, going to the hospital and going in the emergency room, and both of them had severe head injuries, and their faces had road burn all over it, and you couldn't even tell the difference between either one of them. And you didn't stop to think, should I look for a birthmark or should I do this? And so we just went on believing that it was Kimberly that had passed away through what Carl had said at the accident scene.
Was there something in the back of your mind, though, that made you think maybe it wasn't?
During the hospital stay, when Kimberly started coming out of her coma, when she started to talk and come back with her personality, I started thinking, this is not Katie, this is Kimberly. And I told everybody, all my family, and they thought maybe I was just wanting Kimberly back. And on the way down to another hospital that she stayed at, I told Carl that I knew it was Kimberly, and I knew it wasn't Katie. And
so what did you do?
Well, first of all, even though I knew inside, I checked for the birthmarks that they had on their head. And when I saw that it was Kimberly's birthmark, I told Carl that we were going to have to change everything, because I couldn't let her grow up thinking that she's
Oh, no,
Katie.
you couldn't. No, you
do
couldn't
that.
change the names. If she's 3 years old, you can't say your sister's dead and we're changing your name. It's an awful thing. So what did you do?
From Fresno, we had to go back up to Modesto to fill out documents with the coroner's office. And at that time, at the coroner's office, we looked at one picture of, because I was kind of I was in denial, you know, thinking, gosh, the mistake and being a parent, the guilt feeling. And we looked at one picture of it was a facial picture, and on Katie, her skull was cracked to a V, quite bad, and you could see that little tiny birthmark. It makes more sense now, too. It's comforting to me that when she was in the hospital in ER, when we had held her, she was pretty bloody in that, and you know, at the time, too, we weren't thinking.
Oh, no. No, I don't think you blame yourself for that. I just think that you're in such shock and denial and all of that, and it's so terrible.
We had the guilt for...
Do you change did you put a tombstone on? Did you change?
Yes, we stopped all, because we had already ordered the marker, and we had to stop everything and
redo it again.
Go through everything again, and...
It was like another death all over again.
You know, awful once and then twice.
Right.
This just happened. What has kept you going?
I think the number one thing is the Lord. We believe strong in our faith, and our children, of course, our other children, and all the community people that came around and helped us, and our church community, the whole community we live in.
It makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Really
People
does.
who've never been through it don't know what that support is.
I know
I couldn't have gone through it.
I know our main strength is really seeing the recovery of Kimberly.
How is she doing?
She's doing fantastic.
She's a little miracle.
She is indeed. What she went through, that poor little thing.
Kimberly, I told Kimberly that she was going to make her television debut. Come on now. Now, considering that she wears that helmet because of her head, right?
Yeah.
That's a miracle. You did very well on television, my dear. Very well. We'll be right back.
I can't fly.
What's wrong?
It's this cold and my medication ran out.
Here, take Actifed.
Actifed, still as strong today as when once sold by prescription.
You okay?
Yeah.
For full prescription strength cold relief, take fast-acting Actifed.
You wait till the time it's perfect, you'll never have a family, so we're just gonna do it now.
Okay. EPT, the name more women trust.
We're gonna have a baby. I love you. I love you too. This is our home, but it's also our business.
Cheryl and Steve Hooley, Meadowland Bed and Breakfast.
Our guests check out at noon, and new guests come in at 2. We don't have time to do things twice. We do 8, maybe 10 loads of laundry a day. That's a lot of laundry. I need all the help I can get.
Whirlpool's supercapacity washers and Tide's outstanding stain removal mean even the biggest loads get first time, every time clean.
It takes a lot of work to make it seem like it runs itself. That's the art of it.
Tide and Whirlpool, first time, every time.
Now, if we could only find a place to go on vacation.
Hey, sweethearts, what are you going to give your sweetheart for Valentine's Day? How about yourself looking your beautiful best? Like Glamour Shots do your hair, makeup, wardrobe, and 16 fabulous poses. Check out your proofs on instant video. Are you gorgeous or what? Glamour Shots gift certificates make great gifts too, guys. She'll love you for it because she'll love the luxurious experience of Glamour Shots. Hey, listen up. Call Glamour Shots by 9 tonight and get a super deal on your makeover photo session.
Your session is now $14.95, the lowest price before Valentine's. Call now.
If this doesn't tempt your tummy, nothing will. Tempt your tummy, tempt your tummy, that's a mommy, that's a mommy. It's a honey on the moon, it's honey bacteria.
News 40 Chief Meteorologist Tom Bavacqua, the most experienced weatherman in Western Mass with the most accurate forecast.
Is the potential for more accumulating snow during the day tomorrow.
Last winter, you counted on Tom to nail every storm down to 1 inch. Tom delivered.
We have had 65 inches of snow right here in town.
Turn to News 40 this winter, because when Tom says it's going to be like this, it's going to be just like this. Tom Bapakwa on News 40, your home for live local news.
What you've just seen was a home video of a man who was killed a few weeks ago. And he left behind triplet sisters. One of those triplets joins us today. This is Devona. Devona, tell me, you know, I only know one other set of triplets. Tell me about the experience of being a triplet.
Ours was pretty unique. We were the first surviving triplets at a local hospital, Parkview in Indiana. And so we got quite a bit of recognition. And as we grew up, wherever we went, if we went out to eat or anything, my parents always said, these are triplets, because we really didn't look a lot alike. We were fraternal. My brother and I, like I was telling you, are very, very close. We had a special bond.
Triplets always feel, twins and triplets feel like they're part of the same person. Right?
They are. They are. You do everything together. You grow up together. You have the same friends. You have, you know, you do everything together. We played ball together. You know, we were inseparable, you know, and it was just like, you're friends as part of being a triplet.
More than a friend. It's something that nobody even has a name for. Now, every day you'd call each other on the phone?
My mornings are really hard because that's when I would talk to him every morning. And days that I knew something was wrong. If there was something bothering him, I just had that feeling.
You could tell there was something wrong. John died suddenly in a car crash. What has life been like without this attachment, this brother?
Well, a part of me has been, feels like it's been ripped out, you know, because he's not there anymore. And with the accident and everything that had happened, you know, he was very injured, seriously injured.
What happened in the accident?
Our father was driving the car, and he was taking him to work that morning, and the sun was in his face, and he couldn't see, and he went to turn, and a truck was there, and it hit my triplet brother's side, broadside, and it spun the car around and landed on top of a drainage tile. And he was trapped in the car for over a half hour. It took him about a half hour to get him out of the car. And he was completely, his whole right side was completely crushed. They had to airlift him by helicopter to the hospital. And he was on a ventilator by the time he got there.
Did you get to the hospital?
You know, earlier, the day before the accident, I had heard this program with Twinless twins on the radio, talking about twins and multiples and how you lose one and how to deal with it. And I sat in the driveway. The day before the accident. And it was, I sat in my driveway and listened to the whole program, you know, just thinking, wow, you know, but never thinking it would ever happen to me, but I listened to it. And that morning of the accident, as I was walking down my steps, I just had this funny feeling of an accident, but not knowing at that time it was him. And it was a short time later I got a phone call that he was in the accident.
So you went to the hospital?
Went to the hospital. And we only got to see him twice because he had head injuries and everything. And
did you talk to him? Were you able to?
Yes, I talked to him both times. He was on a ventilator, so the doctors were telling us that, you know, they can't hear, you know, that they're out of it, and I don't believe that.
You don't?
No, because the second time I talked to him before he went into surgery, I told him I was going to be there for him when he came out. I'd stand by his side, I'd be there, and he had a tear in his eye. And I'll never forget that. It was just like, you just knew, you know, I thought he was going to hang in, you know. You'd think that he was going to hang in there, and he did make it through the surgery, but after he came out of it, he had died after the surgery. And then it just felt like a part of me was gone.
And it still seems very unreal, doesn't it, to you?
Yes, it does, because it's just been so recent.
Does it make you closer to your other triplet?
Her and I are like a sister-sister relationship. Yeah. But maybe this will draw us closer together. You know, him and I were so close. We did everything, you know, together that...
What about, we saw in those pictures that he was how old?
We're 26.
You're 26. And he was married?
He had 2 sons that were 4 and 7 months old.
What has happened with them?
His wife and I were best friends. We got them together to get married, and we were maid of honors in each other's wedding. And she's doing very well. The boys, they look just like my triplet brother, John. So we're doing memory books for the boys in memory of John.
What it shouldn't do is separate people. What it should do is bring them close.
Together. Our community and our church is very, very close. It's really brought us together.
Tricia, you can relate to Devonna's story. You were so destroyed by the death of your twin sister that you did not attend her funeral?
No, I couldn't. I absolutely could not go.
And it wasn't until 18 years after her death that you visited her grave?
Yeah, that's when it was. It was just last September that I went back, that I was able to go back emotionally. The first 4 years after she died, the first 2 years I was in shock, total shock. I don't know that I was aware of the fact that I was in shock until after I came out of it. And people used to say how brave and courageous I was. Well, I wasn't. I mean, my only other alternatives at that point seemed to be suicide or insanity, and at that point they seemed like non-viable alternatives. However, when the shock wore off, they seemed like extremely viable alternatives.
Explain that to us. First of all, how did your twin pass on?
It was a head-on automobile crash. Out of the blue, she and her husband were killed instantly, and her 5-year-old son was injured in the crash and survived, and he and I are real close now.
All right. And the idea, when you say you were numb and you couldn't even go to a funeral or you couldn't even visit, but everyone thought you were fine, what was that about? Are you
I don't think people understand twin loss. And if you are behaving in a socially acceptable manner, they don't have a clue. If I had gone, they would have put her in the ground and me in a padded cell. I could not have borne. And what it did was it enabled me to be in denial for just that much longer. I think that services serve a purpose, a real important purpose. Probably my healing, my recovery, I choose to call it, would have happened faster if I had gone, if somebody had forced me to go. She was buried in our hometown 3,000 miles from where I lived, and nobody forced me to go. We grew up in northern Pennsylvania, and I didn't go home for 18 years. Twin loss is not like losing half of you. It is losing half of you. You are gone. Could I read you just a real short poem that defines the twin loss?
Sure.
It's real short, and it's in our twin letter this month. We publish in the Twinless Twins Association, we publish one every couple of months, but this one twin says, "How can I live without my twin when we is all I've ever been? I'll never learn to live as me when you are all I want to be. I still expect to wake one day and find that you've come back to stay. Instead, I sit alone and cry. Instead, I watch the time go by. And still the reasons for being here alone and empty are far from clear. No one can tell me, though many have tried, how I can live since we have died." And I think that explains it. It's a matter of the I and the we pronoun. Twins are we.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how to live after we have died. One of the things that enabled me to go back finally was getting in touch with the Twinless Twins. These two, their loss is so recent, and I wonder if I might not have done better if I had had more people to talk to sooner. You need a catharsis. You need somebody who knows what you're talking about.
Oh, absolutely. When we return, the story of a woman whose husband murdered her twin. He said it was to make her suffer. We'll be right back.
My dad has been my dentist since my first tooth has come in, and this is the first toothpaste that he's ever sent me.
Introducing Tartar Control Mentadent, the most complete tartar control toothpaste.
It's tartar control. It has the fluoride, baking soda, and peroxide that my dad believes in. Yeah, he asked me, are you using the Mentadent? Yes, Dad.
Tartar Control Mentadent helps you brush away plaque on teeth around the gum line and helps stop tartar before it forms.
It leaves you with a very clean, refreshing feeling.
New Tartar Control Mentadent.
It has everything.
Some people think that Attorney Marquis Solomon handles only the most serious injury claims. I'm Robert Vaughn. No matter what the size of your claim, the law office of Marquis Solomon knows what your case means to you. You've got one opportunity for justice. Tell the insurance company you mean business. Tell them you've hired Attorney Marquis Solomon to represent you. Call the law offices of Attorney Marquis Solomon right now.
This Sunday only, Starving Artist Group Art Expo and Sale. Thousands of beautiful original oil paintings on canvas by talented professional artists. Giant sofa-sized paintings sold elsewhere for hundreds of dollars, as low as $19. Smaller paintings from $7. Absolutely no painting over $49. Professional artist quality at rock-bottom starving artist prices.
Art Expo and Sale this Sunday only at the Holiday Inn in Holyoke across from the Ingleside Mall. Huge sofa-sized original oil paintings from $19 this Sunday only at the Holiday Inn Holyoke, 11 to 4.
We've all dealt with the big companies where you feel like just another number. We never want our customers to feel like that at Physicians Mutual.
Meet Linda Wall, Policy Owner Service Representative at Physicians Mutual Insurance Company.
We don't want them to hesitate at all to call us, no matter how small the question is. That's what we're here for, and it's our job to make sure that they get good customer service.
We're here when you need us, Physicians Mutual.
Modern Bridal Shop announces their annual bridal sale with savings of up to 75% on bridal gowns from Eve Milady, Alyssa, Moonlight, Bianchi, and others. At Modern Bridal, you'll also find a large selection of bridesmaids' gowns, mother's dresses, special occasion and prom dresses, as well as a great shoe selection and distinctive jewelry. Get everything you need to look your best for your special day. And right now, take advantage of the savings during the annual bridal sale, now in progress, at Modern Bridal Shop, Main Street, Indian Orchard.
What would you do if your teen daughter got pregnant
I didn't plan this. Yes, you did.
and wanted to keep the baby?
The mothers on today's show say they are really horrified.
Next, Sally.
We're talking with twinless twins, or in one case, triplets. One of the hard things is that the having somebody like you had your brother, John, would share responsibilities in the family. And I know yours is a particularly sad situation. Is your mother ill, or are they both ill?
They both are.
They both are ill.
We found out in January that they're not even giving our mother a year to live. She's got her lung capacity's gone, and my father's cancer came back, and it's in his bones, and we were so devastated by that. I thought John would be here to support me, and
Sure.
And now he's gone before them, and it's been really hard.
And I would think that his passing would not help their illness in any way.
No,
make
it
even
hasn't.
worse. There's always going to be a toll, no matter what. Your marriage was a toll, was it not?
Yeah. My marriage broke up about a year after the accident.
People who lose people, that they either, I'm saying this to the two of you because I've been through it with my husband, it's either going to make you inseparable forever or it's going to do its awful damage. My next guest says that her husband murdered her identical twin sister in order to get back at her. This is Sean. Sean, I don't understand that. Why would he want to see your twin dead?
Well, Sally, he knew that if he murdered her, it would hurt me more.
Tell me about this man. Tell me about being married to him.
He was insanely jealous. He was jealous of my twin, and he allowed me to visit her once or twice a week, and things become unbearable, so I left him. And
how long were you married to him?
About a year.
Did you know any of this beforehand?
No.
Had he shown any kind of jealousy when you were courting?
He had, yes, he had signs of jealousy. But
You didn't realize
I thought it would pass.
What happened that night?
Well, he broke into the house, my twin's house, and he walked over to me and he smiled an evil smile at me as if to say, I warned you I would do this, and walked straight to her and shot her in the back.
Just in order to make you...
In order to make me suffer.
That must have been an unbelievable experience.
It was more than unbelievable. I think I'm still in shock from it.
Surely. He had a gun?
A .44 Magnum. I shot her twice in the back.
She had no idea what was going on?
I think really she didn't, because before he had shot her boyfriend through the window and killed him, and as he fell to the floor, she embraced him and fell with him, and she didn't make a sound after that. And I'm not sure if she even saw him come in the house. She was lying on the floor with her boyfriend, just being real still. And then he walked over to her and put the gun down to her, and all I could do was run. I couldn't bear to watch.
Did you attend the funeral?
Yes.
What was it like?
It was like seeing myself. It was like seeing myself, and I wish that it was me instead of her.
And saying goodbye?
It was hard for me to leave her. I embraced her. I kissed her on the cheek, her forehead. I rubbed her hands. I knew I had moments left with her. And I wanted to spend every second.
And since then?
Since then, my life has been numb. I feel like part of me is here. And part of me is always missing.
A feeling of emptiness?
A big feeling of emptiness, yes.
All right. How not to give up on life when the twin dies. We'll be back in a minute.
Some new pasta sauce has recently appeared in America. They were inspired by 5 brothers who believed tomatoes should go into their sauce the moment they became perfectly ripe. Introducing 5 Brothers Select Ingredient Pasta Sauces, made with the finest ingredients, packed fresh for a fresh-made taste. After all, you couldn't question the brothers' results. Besides, they wouldn't stop to answer. 5 brothers, 1 passion.
For the quiet part of your day, come over to the Lazy Boy Showcase in West Springfield and see hundreds of beautiful Lazy Boy chairs in every conceivable fashion color. Sofas and sleep sofas. Why, we have dozens to show you with the same high quality you've come to expect from Lazy Boy. Now at the Lazy Boy Showcase shop on Riverdale Street, West Springfield.
As long as there have been drivers, there have been collisions. If you're in a collision, now or in the future, you may face medical expenses, lost income, and months of pain. Remember, you can protect your rights with expert legal advice.
Call Burstein Law Offices. Your first visit is free, and there's no charge unless we settle or win your case. Burstein Law Offices. We're here to help.
Now through Sunday is Manny's year-end clearance. Every item in all 3 stores, including Whirlpool, has been re-tagged and priced lower. Plus, scratched and dented pieces, returned items, and one-of-a-kinds in working order can be bought at cost. Manny's year-end clearance gives you lower prices on Whirlpool.
This 2-speed, 5-cycle Whirlpool washer is only $299.
Some prices are so low they can't include free delivery. The year-end clearance includes Whirlpool at Manny's in Wilbraham, Westfield, and the new Manny's in Hadley. This is a News 40 live local update.
Good morning. We're live at 10:37, and here's what's happening. The scene out on Interstate 91 North is still pretty busy this morning as crews try to pick up the paper from last night's tractor-trailer accident. A tractor trailer flipped over, blocking 2 lanes of traffic. That accident took place right on that Chicopee curve. When the tractor trailer rolled over, it tore down a street light and dropped a cargo of paper. We'll have many more details on News 40 at noon.
This News 40 live local update is brought to you by You Save Auto Rental.
That tremendously close bond. A lot of twins say that life really isn't worth living after the twin has died, or they say things like, why did my twin go first before me? My next guest has helped a lot of people rediscover that life and what it's like alone. This is Raymond Brandt. He is founder of the Twinless Twins support group. Raymond, how did you feel when your twin died? I mean, that sense of loss that we've been talking about.
I felt like I'd like to die.
As all of our twins or triplet has said. Can I ask?
My identical twin, Robert, was killed 44 years ago, and it's always as if it was yesterday. And I identify 102% with everything that's been shared here with your panel, because us twins, I think, and I can only speak as an identical because that's what I am, one half of us, we were meant by conception to be one birth product. And we appear physically in 2 personages and yet one. And twins have no vocabulary unto themselves. We're governed in a sense by the singleton world, which are all single birth products. And so I'm sort of frustrated in not having the appropriate words to tell you about the hurts that I hear. I identify perfectly with the words that these twins use, but they're not able to use perhaps words that are most descriptive of the depth and breadth of our pain. But
how did your brother pass on? What happened?
We were just 20 years old and a summer job, electrical lineman, and he was electrocuted in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I was on another power pole about 3 to 5 miles away, and I felt his electric shock. And I knew the moment that he died, and later when it was reconstructed through my brother, who went up the power pole and brought my twin down dead in his safety belt, that it was the very moment that he took his shock. And I know this is true because I talk to so many twins that are miles apart, and they feel their twin's death or the imminence of it. And that's how Robert took his death, and I felt his spirit rise up out of me, and I wanted to go with him. And I've often wondered, why not me?
Yes, that's what we were talking about, that feeling of why not me.
I would in an instant give my life for my twin.
Surely.
And I know in an instant my twin would give his life for me.
Absolutely. Do you have something to say to the Oberts?
Yes. I would say to the Oberts, as I say to many, many mothers and fathers of twinless twins when they call me in Fort Wayne, Indiana, that to keep the deceased twin very much alive in the living twin's life. When Kimberly has a birthday, celebrate 2 birthdays. Buy 2 presents and give 1 present to the pediatric ward or to the library if it's a book. But do everything you can to keep her twin alive with her to the extent that she wants to. But allow her to sort of set the speed of this. But those parents who for so many years have kept the deceased twins' presence at one time, for example, in utero death, Elvis Presley's death, that was a horrible treatment to not tell the surviving twin that they are a twin, because they always know it.
And are you saying that Elvis Presley was a twin, but they didn't tell him because the brother died?
Well, not for years, but then he learned that his twin, Jessy, was stillborn.
You know, in the same respect that you're saying that you die when your twin dies, you keep your twin alive. You know what I mean, right?
That's
as a
the
person
happiness.
that, if I'm ever blessed to have children with my girlfriend or my future wife. To have twins would be perfect. You know, a boy or girl preferably, you know, make it easy, economy and all that. But seriously, you have a part to keep your twin and your little daughter and everybody to keep it going, right?
That's
because your part of you dies, but part of them stays alive.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
Right?
Which
is the only way to look at it.
I'm a workaholic, and I have 2 doctorates, and I've always said I finished one for my twin Robert. He's a doctor. My energies come from my twin lives in with me constantly, and the happiness and the balance of this tragedy is that your twin lives within you. I think you've said it so succinctly and poignantly, and you are a single birth product, are you not?
What are we called, singletons? Singletons, is that what we're called? Take a break.
Well, in our nomenclature, yes. That's only to be descriptive or definitive.
No, it's perfectly all right. I'm not insulted. Take a break.
Children aren't born violent, they're taught.
I have a lot of things on my mind.
You have no
I've got to
pressures.
take
You've
care
got
of
nothing
this
to put
family.
on your mind. You just
I
stay
have
at
that
home.
responsibility. It's a man's responsibility to
Watching
take
the
care of
TV
you.
all day?
To take care
Well,
of...
you're not following up on that, are you?
I'm
planned
trying
this
the
for
best
months.
I can.
You
I'm
are
trying
so
the best
worthless. Why don't you just leave?
How
Get
can you
out of
say
here.
that?
I
Don't-
can't.
I hate you!
Think about what you're teaching your children.
Disarm the future, increase the peace.
Hi, I'm News 40's Paul Sutton. Join me on a fabulous holiday travel tour to Switzerland, June 14th through 22nd. We'll fly to Zurich and travel throughout the breathtaking Swiss Alps. In Zermatt, we'll see the Matterhorn. We'll also visit the charming resort towns of Stade, Interlaken, and Lucerne. Our outstanding Swiss vacation is only $2,499 per person, including airfare and breakfast and dinner every day. Call for your free brochure, Holiday Travel, 1-800-826-2266.
Beautiful, isn't it? And the decision to upgrade my furniture wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. Not since I discovered Vanguard Consignment. When I visited their showroom of classic pre-owned furniture, I was delighted with both the quality and the price. Vanguard even helped me sell my own furniture. The pickup service made the whole experience so easy, and I got the price I wanted. Now I'm thinking about changing the living room. I guess it's time for another visit to Vanguard Consignment.
Looking for live local news?
Stand by, Ray. Stand by.
2 minutes 10 to master control.
That sound before we might Dave here.
Keep it tight out of weather, please.
We need live on remote.
115, and we're coming out cold ahead. Coming out on transition.
No one does live news like News 40 with Dave and Eileen at 5:30, 6, and 11. Your home for live local news.
I would just like to ask Carl a question. When the accident happened with your twin girls, was they strapped in their car seat belt?
Yes, they were. They were in their booster seats, strapped to the seat.
Thank you.
It's one of the things that would go through people's minds, yes.
I just want to address the couple over here. I think you have a beautiful daughter right now, and I hope she brings you a lot of joy and happiness to make up for everything.
Thank you. Keeping the other twin alive is very, very good advice.
This is for Devana. I have boy-girl twins, and I'm just amazed at the bond that you have with your brother, and I hope my twins are like that. Are you going to bond better with your sister now?
Probably, you know. That's
And how was the
what-
relationship prior to John's death with your sister?
That's what we're planning on doing. You know, I'm talking to her a lot more, but, you know, it's kind of hard when you have that bond with the other one that's not there, but, you know, you try to fill that
If I have trouble understanding twins, because I'm not one, imagine the trouble understanding triplets. Even twins have
Sally.
trouble understanding triplets.
Sally, frequently in a triplet situation, you have twins and a sibling to those twins. I see this repeatedly.
What do you mean twins and a sibling to the twin?
Oftentimes, and sometimes there will be identical twins, and they will have a simultaneous sibling conceived with them.
I understand.
Yes,
I would just like to say I belong to a Mothers of Twins group, and I have identical boys. And my heart goes out to all of you. And I was so glad to find out that there was a support group for you all, because we have such a wonderful group.
It's so important, it really is. One interesting little sidelight to our discussion, since you were giving us a biology lesson, you didn't know you were pregnant with twins, did you?
No, I didn't.
And in 3 of our cases, the parent was not aware that twins were going to be born.
My mother wasn't.
She was not?
We were the first twins born in the hospital that we were born in. And we had a 9-month-old sister at home.
My question is for the people in it. Did they ever catch the person that did this to your daughters, caused the accident?
She was there on scene. She was a 16-year-old.
And what about your husband, what happened to him?
My husband?
No.
Your husband.
He shot himself afterwards.
After that was done, he shot himself?
Yes.
Have any of you felt, especially the siblings of the deceased, felt that since their death you've had some kind of spiritual feeling or signs from them that might comfort you to know that they're okay wherever they are?
Yeah. My brother was a very good singer, and the songs that he had sang out of the 6 demo tapes that I've taped had to deal with life after death. And one of them was, keep the ones that I love so dearly, fill their emptiness while I am gone, and fill the loneliness in me. And it means a lot to me, and I feel that that's brought a part of him back in me.
Take a break.
Our oldest was in the playoffs, and I had a terrible cold.
So I picked up Robitussin Liquid Gel's cold formulas.
Boy, did they work. Because of Robitussin, I got to watch Terry make the play of the game.
Robitussin Liquid Gels. Discover Robitussin relief for your cold.
Introducing Alka-Mints. For heartburn, they not only have more hardworking medicine than Tums, but people prefer the taste of Alka-Mints 2 to 1. Hey, that's more Yums than Tums. Get it? Alka-Mints, feeling better fast, never tasted so good.
Sam here is giving me enough good reasons to use my Dirt Devil hand vac, but now he's giving me 5 more. When they turn the house upside down, I turn on my Dirt Devil. Its powerful revolving brush tears into dirt, chews up crumbs, and picks up pet hair. It has an extra long cord, and it's lightweight. So, I'd say my Dirt Devil is the pick of the litter. Right, Sam? Right. Sweep up the savings at our January cleanup sale.
As you might expect, the Cheer Color Guard guarantee is based on loads of research. Cheer with Advanced Color Guard. Dirt goes, color stays, or your money back. Guaranteed.
A lot of people can't get through their day without their glasses. Being a LensCrafters lab technician, I help them live better by letting them see better. When we first came on the market, a lot of people were like, glasses in an hour, we can't do that. It can be done, and it's done right in about an hour. The smallest pair I've made has been for a 3-month-old baby. The oldest is for a 105-year-old man. I want them to be able to put those glasses on and forget about them for the rest of the day. This is my life's work.
LensCrafters, helping people see better, 1 hour at a time.
Did you just get married, but you're still involved in an affair with someone else? If so, call us at 800-93-SALLY and tell us about it.
Hi, I'm the grandmother of twins, and I'd like to know from the couple, how is Kimberly handling this?
She knows, doesn't she?
Yes.
I mean,
She does
remember. They didn't.
She does ask for her sister?
Every day.
Every day.
They
what
didn't
does she say to you every day?
They didn't think she'd remember because of the head injury. They said she might forget her whole 3.5 years of life, but she remembers everything.
My question is for the couple on the left. What would you do to the person if you come face to face with this? Who did this to your daughter?
Well, I did come face to face with her at the accident scene, but of course I was hysterical, and that was not the first thing on my mind. It was my children.
And you haven't seen her since?
No.
Okay.
Have any of you received counseling? And if you have, do you feel that that would be better than the support group that's been established? Which do you feel is better?
The support group is, you have to do that whether you do the counseling or not. It's, for some reason or other, there is a healing involved in talking to people who have walked a mile in your shoes that doesn't go anywhere else. One of the parts of the process of recovery to me is that while she was alive, we gave each other permission to carry the mantle of certain characteristics. She was the bad twin and I was the good twin. Now that's not 100% of the time, but it was enough of the time that I can say that that's the way it was. And after she died, it's been really great for me to take on the characteristics that I admired in her. She was real lovable and extroverted. Everybody loved her. After she died, I could not understand why it was she who had died and not me, because I was prickly and introverted and she was lovable and extroverted, and I've been able to become more lovable and extroverted.
Rebecca is smiling at you because that was kind of the personality of her two twins.
And Sally, may I add to this quickly, both as a twinless identical and also as a scientist, my experience is that with over 660 members now, that there's more therapy, creative therapy and helpful therapy through Twinless Twins than there is with counselors for this single reason. Most counselors, everyone to my knowledge, are single birth and they do not identify with the grief that their patient is experiencing, and therefore frequently they will call me. They've learned of me and they'll say, Dr. Brandt, how would you suggest that I counsel this twinless twin? And I give them some ideas, but primarily I tell them, put them in touch with Twinless Twins.
Yes, Sally. I heard that half of the panel here had related to car accidents, and I wanted to know, did it have to do with drunk drivers behind the seat of the cars?
Ours was not just carelessness.
What about your brother?
No.
No.
Oh. In the case of my sister and her husband, I do not know. And the accident happened in Mobile, Alabama, and I never went there. Didn't want to know anything about it, except I do know they found a couple of empty beer cans in the car, and it was a really rainy night, and they were hauling a U-Haul trailer behind them that was probably too heavy for the car that was hauling it, and they just drifted across the median, so I don't know.
11 of our members are due to...
If you're in a collision and it's the other guy's fault, dealing with the other guy's insurance company might not be so easy.
Hello? Well, sir, after reviewing your case, it appears we owe you exactly half, since you are, of course, half at fault. Huh? Well, if you just stayed home, this never would have happened.
If you're in a collision, what are you entitled to? At Burstein Law Offices, we have over 30 years of experience helping accident victims. Your first visit is free, and there's no charge unless we settle or win your case. Burstein Law Offices, we're here to help.
News 40 Chief Meteorologist Tom Bavacqua, the most experienced weatherman in Western Mass with the most accurate forecast.
Is the potential for more accumulating snow during the day tomorrow.
Last winter, you counted on Tom to nail every storm down to 1 inch. Tom delivered.
We have had 65 inches of snow right here in town.
Turn to News 40 this winter, because when Tom says it's going to be like this, it's going to be just like this. Tom Bavacqua on News 40, your home for live local news.
It's a total seasonal clearance. Up to 60% off the entire store. Half off our premium underpad. Wall to wall from $3.95 a yard. Choose from the entire store. Every style, every color, every brand on sale. And you won't pay for it until January 1996. Save on the entire store. Half off our premium underpad. This total seasonal clearance will not be repeated soon. Don't miss it right now at Carpet Factory Outlet.
Uncorked, uncontained on the News 40 Nightcast at 11.
Some nights you'll love me, some nights you'll hate me. I know what's going on. A lot more than some people do. And you can trust me. I'm out here working for you. I'm speaking my mind, and it's in your best interest. You get me in the 11 o'clock Nightcast. You can stay up that late, can't you? Some nights it'll take you a few days to figure out what it is I was trying to say. No script, and nobody pushing my buttons. It's all from here and from here.
York Uncorked. Now on the News 40 Nightcast at 11.
It's so good to see you again. Keep up the good work. And our hearts and our understanding are with all of you. Thank you for sharing with us today.
Some members of our audience will receive, and a promotional fee has been provided by
Mentholatum Pain Gel Plus.